Each year, the giant sand dunes at Jockey's Ridge State Park in Nags Head bring in millions of visitors.
The last couple of years, we've had somewhere between 1.8 million and 1.9 million visitors.
Like many areas along the coast, the park is facing issues with erosion.
There's a lot of different species that utilize this area. It's the nursery for the Outer Banks. And so we really wanted to make sure that we could protect this area.
That's why the state park and the North Carolina Coastal Federation teamed up several years ago to build a living shoreline using recycled oyster shells.
And we used an oyster shell bag sill because we could build it with volunteers, and it was the most natural material available to us that we felt very strongly about using at a state park.
But the oysters didn't thrive in that area, and the groups had to go back to the drawing board.
We're kind of at the northern edge of where oysters are really viable in this intertidal zone, and we haven't had great recruitment to the sill structure. So in the last 5 years or so, we've been working on an adaptive management plan to actually cap that oyster shell bag sill with granite rock.
So it's a low-profile sill with shallow slopes on both sides. So it kind of works with the wave energy. It absorbs a lot of the wave forces, but it allows water to run through still.
And on a windy day as construction nears completion, scientists say you can already see the structure is working.
You'll notice we're having winds out of the west, so that generates rough water that tends to erode the shoreline, and it's very flat and calm waters on the landward side already, so I think it's going to do awesome.
For Park Superintendent Joy Greenwood, this shoreline is not only important for protecting the park, but also for educating the public about environmentally friendly ways to preserve this natural resource.
It's really one of those things where we can take people out, show them something that is really positive and really working. And I think that's a really good way to go about trying to get people actively involved in doing environmental restoration.
Once the living shoreline is finished, the Coastal Federation, in coordination with the park, will invite the public out to help plant native grasses along the shore.